High-speed, very narrow-aisle lift trucks represent the state-of-the-art in modern material handling. They can deliver a far better return on investment than conventional warehousing systems. But the economical and efficient operation of narrow-aisle trucks depends on the floors being extraordinarily flat, a degree of flatness described as super flat. Many times, narrow-aisle systems are installed in existing buildings, which have conventional floors. An average warehouse floor is only 1/4 to 1/5 as flat as a super flat floor. An economical way to upgrade floor flatness is by grinding the warehouse aisleways to super flat tolerances with the FlatCon narrow aisle grinder. The FlatCon grinder was especially made for this purpose. It operates on precision set rails, electric motors driving diamond cutters. The grinding produces no dust and surprisingly little noise, so warehouse operations can continue with little or no interruption. What difference do the floors make? On the left is a truck operating on a conventional warehouse floor before corrective grinding by FlatCon. On the right is the same truck on the same floor after grinding. Here's another warehouse with a different truck. Again, before and after FlatCon super flat grinding. Super flat floors pay for themselves by allowing the trucks to operate at higher speed and thus with far greater efficiency. At the same time throughput goes up, truck maintenance costs go down, since every part of the vehicle is subjected to less stress and vibration. All major truck suppliers agree super flat floors should be part of every new narrow aisle installation. FlatCon super flat grinding makes super flat floors possible in existing buildings. FlatCon grinding upgrades conventional floor profiles to super flat tolerances without significant interruptions of ongoing warehouse operations, and in most cases at far less cost than retopping. As is the case for any large retail company, the heart of the Zeller's operation is its distribution center. Hundreds of tractor trailers come and go at the facility every week. That's why when the very narrow aisle forklift trucks started having problems, a solution had to be found. For Zeller's, semi-automated narrow aisle operations were something new, so the first task was to find out what was causing the problem.
The trucks constantly kept on coming off the wire, and for no apparent reason. We had floors scanned for any abnormalities in the floor, any high electrical fields, any drainage pipes, anything which would interfere with the wire. And there was no correlation between where the trucks came off the wire and where the problems were found. So that led us to believe that, yes, we do have a problem with the floor.
With the problem identified, there came the matter of figuring out how to fix it. And again, Zeller's did a lot of research.
We tried several methods. We looked at the floor grinding through the hand grinding methods. We looked at your system, the FlatCon system. We looked at floor toppings. We looked at self-leveling compounds, costed them all out, looked at the advantages, disadvantages of each, did site visits, phoned for references. About the only practical means we could find was using the FlatCon system, and that was with very little disruption to the ongoing business, and also very little dust or any other contamination in the building. And that basically led us to, to choose the FlatCon system. And it did prove to be one of the more cost-effective ones, too.
FlatCon uses its own custom-built aisle planers. The grinding units are electrically powered. All of the grinding is done with diamond-impregnated discs, which operate underwater. This not only controls dusting, but also keeps the diamond cutters cool and clean, thus extending the life of the blades and speeding the operation. The FlatCon grinder runs on precision set rails, which guide the 3-ton machine down the aisleway at a rate of 15 to 25 feet an hour. In addition to producing the flattest floors possible, a major goal of the FlatCon crew is to work with the client to minimize the disruption of warehouse operations.
Out of the 28 aisles we've got here, there's basically 2 out of commission, and that's the one we're cutting and the one we're setting at the moment. But otherwise than that, there's no problem with them doing a full shift, which at this job site they have 3 shifts, and that runs 24 hours a day.
Almost as soon as the first aisle was ground, the people working in the warehouse could see and feel a difference in the truck operations.
Oh, definitely. There's a considerable amount of improvement. We really have had no problems at all. We've had a better than 100% turnaround. It's worked out very well.
The improvement in the truck operations was not surprising when you consider how much flatter the floor was after it was ground. Before grinding, the FF numbers, the flatness numbers, as measured in the direction of travel, ranged between a low of 7 and a high of 32. Very narrow aisle trucks require F numbers between 60 and 100. 100, that's a super flat tolerance. What were the numbers down the aisleway after grinding?
A minimum of 180, and we've gone up to 245 F number. Latitudinal, we're grinding within, I would say, approximate 5/1000ths of an inch, and to get it any closer than that, I doubt whether anybody's going to do that.
With the job almost complete, Zellers can look back with satisfaction on the decision to grind the floor and realize that making that decision was really the hardest part.
That was the most difficult part of this job, not doing the research. It was selling it to senior management. We started researching this back in July, and it took us till November to finally get the approval to go ahead with it. Several $100,000 expenditure like this, nobody could understand what the problem was, what effects it had on the business, and basically we sold it on safety. We did have several accidents in here which were directly related to the floor, and the productivity issue was just another gain. And maintenance also, and this is coming from other companies that I've talked to, where they're finding that the longevity of their vehicles operating on a floor, which we initially had here, greatly diminished. You're looking at half, a 10-year life down to a 5-year life because of the wear and tear on the vehicles. You can just picture yourself running your car, a brand new car, over a cobblestone road 24 hours a day. You know what's going to happen. And that was it, the safety issue, the productivity, and the maintenance issue on the trucks, but foremost was the safety, because we did have accidents in here.
And once that decision was made, Zellers had no difficulty selecting the company to make the repair.
Nobody else could guarantee the results, first of all, and provide this type of service without disrupting the business. And now those were the 2 big issues right there. Nobody could guarantee the level of flatness that we desired.